Hey guys, this is Blaze, aka Ace Blazer, and this is another Medieval 2 online battle. And this is gonna be against a person who found me on, I think it was Steam. So we're just having a couple of battles. I'll show you his army later, but for now I am Venice, and I think our rolls were like 5 cavalry, including the general's bodyguard, and then pretty sure it was like 6 archers, and then like 1 musket unit or 2 musket units. I've brought artillery, and then you can see my main infantry corps is dismounted men-at-arms. They're okay. On my flanks I've got some Italian spearmen who are like almost a little bit less armored than a sergeant. So yeah, they're okay, I guess. Got my catapult here, and then in the middle you can see my Curatio standard. It's got the bell on top. Yeah. My general's bodyguard in the center, and then I've got men-at-arms on the sides. They're less armored than like a feudal knight, I think. But they're like the best cavalry that Venice can get, I think. Yeah. Besides, don't really remember if they can get Holy Order knights. Alright, so this is the enemy army. His name is Mitchell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4 thing. Anyways, yeah, so this is his main army. It's got like 5 Huscarls and 5 dismounted chivalric knights. So that's a pretty strong infantry corps. He's also got a general's bodyguard and then 2, I think it's chivalric knights on the side, either side. So also notice that I've got handgunners in the middle, right there. Alright, so the battle's going to start off. I've got a very huge missile component. He's decided to bring a rush army. I'm going to try to do what I did with Paul, which was do a frontal cavalry charge. And you'll see how this turns out. So I'm going to leave 2 cavalry units on the sides to protect my flanks. And then, yeah, you can totally see my cavalry charge did not work. They didn't put the lances down. They were just too far away. I mean, too close to my own infantry to get a good momentum charge. So yeah, this cavalry charge definitely failed on my part. So seeing that my charge failed, I immediately try to get my infantry into the fight. I'm holding off his cavalry on the flanks here, just to give my infantry center a bit more time, because I do have more infantry, I think. Well, not really, but maybe I can let my archers do a bit of fighting, or a bit of more shooting. Alright, I've also got catapults, so his general is the only one that isn't engaged yet. You can see my Italian spearmen are trying to help out on the flanks against his cavalry, but they're doing a lot of damage. If you look at this charge bonus, I think he took down half of my spearmen. I really do like Venice. It's a really cool faction because they have a lot of advanced units. But the only problem is, of course, their early units. They're not as good as, say, like France or England, because they're a little less armored, I think. Or they don't have the professional troops like the chivalric knights and stuff. Venice does have stuff like the Venetian infantry. I love those guys, and you know, they got access to musketeers, pretty good siege technology. So yeah, like those things. Alright, just bringing some more spearmen into the flanks to help out my infantry, and I've brought my handgunners back. They're kind of back there in the background. And all this time, I'm going to be shooting my archers against his bodyguard. And my catapult is not doing as well for me this time. I'm actually killing some of my own men. So here's a way you can see to combat the catapult. Just spread your guys out so that there's less of a blob for your catapult to shoot, for the enemy catapult to shoot. So he's doing a very good job here of just spreading his troops out. But you can see he's kind of losing the infantry fight here because his Huscarls are actually not as well armored as my men-at-arms. So I think his Huscarls were in the front, and they're dying first, and then the chivalric knights aren't doing as much while getting tired at the same time. Okay, I did some pretty good damage there.
They have lost half their men.
So you can hear he lost half his men, and right, just got my handgunners firing. This is my general's bodyguard. He's probably like the strongest cavalry unit I've got. So I'm trying to use his charge effect to trying to use his charge effect. His chivalric knights are definitely much better than my men-at-arms, though. So I'm using that. You can see his general's bodyguard just down to 1 more guy, and that's because I've got all 4 of my missile units concentrated on this 1 unit. Yeah, so I basically wasted the cavalry I had in the beginning who charged into the infantry, and I couldn't really pull them out because they were kind of stuck there. I really find it's hard to pull cavalry out of melee. Other people say they actually think it's easier, but for me, I don't know. I've never had much luck. Yeah, that's a very useful. Okay, it's extremely hard to see who's who because we're both red. So from now on, I'm probably not going to take both red armies because Denmark and Venice are both red. You can see he's broken off down my left flank, if you can see it. These are all his flags and banners. Oh, finally killed his general with my arrows. So I think I've won in the center, sort of, and on the right, but he's definitely won on the left. He's kind of overpowered that area with his chivalric knights. So, coming around my Croatio standard, and boom! Kill my own standard. Now that was, yeah, that was not good at all. Ignore that little bit, guys. Just totally blew down my own standard with my own catapults. So, somehow my dismounted men-at-arms seem to be faring much better than the dismounted chivalric knights, which I find a bit strange. Maybe it's because I was in better position or something. I don't know. Or maybe his Huskarls were in the front fighting, and my archers were picking his chivalric knights off. I don't know. All I know is that right now I outnumber him in heavily armed infantry. I think it's of course really hard to tell because of this. We're all red. Good thing about these catapults they're doing though is they're giving a pretty good morale hit. Hit my own standard again. Yeah, so it's a pretty good morale hit against his guys, and that managed to rout his chivalric knights there. Still got my archers firing, so they did a lot of good damage here.
But our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy.
And shut up. I don't know. It's a bit harder, I think, to do rush armies in this game because the combat is so much slower than all the other Total War games. Because I don't know, you look at Shogun 2 Total War, it's much easier to do a melee spam and rush him than in this game, I think. Assuming you don't have like a front line of matchlocks to fight against. Okay, so I think we killed his Huskarls pretty fast. And yeah, just mopping up the action, I think. For the most part, I've got all my archers. A few of my dismounted men-at-arms. And I'm just chasing down his chivalric knights. Yeah, just fast-forwarding here for a bit. Line up my guys. I think he's got one cavalry unit left.
This is a clear victory that goes to all
Okay,
men of
clear
great
victory.
virtue and valor.
I had killed 906 men, and he killed 1,062 men. So a pretty good game. It's pretty fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you guys next time.